Welcome back. Here with us on Mirror Now, and the row over tennis star and vaccine skeptic Novak Djokovic's Australian visa continues. Australian government will detain the tennis star on Saturday after stripping him of his visa for a second time. Djokovic's bid to avoid deportation will be heard by Australia's federal court on Sunday. Meanwhile, cloud remains over the tennis megastar's 21st Grand Slam. Sorry. Remember, Djokovic's first match is on the 17th, and only the final verdict of the court will decide if he can play the upcoming matches in Australia. So that is the latest update that we have for you at this point in time. We will be joined by Anil Dhupar, Secretary General, All India Tennis Association, Nandan Bal, former Davis Cup coach and former professional tennis player. Good evening to both of you. Thank you for joining us here on Mirror Now. Nandan Bal, I want to ask you first your opinion on what happened with Novak Djokovic today.
Well, very clearly, the verdict is that he sort of played by his own rules. And I think at some point, if you start doing that, if you start believing that you are above the game, then you're going to have to pay for that. And that's exactly what has happened. If 95 or maybe even 99% of the players could get themselves vaccinated and go and play there without any issues, then there was just this one gentleman who thought he could get away by not doing it. Now, if he didn't want to get vaccinated, that was his choice. But then he shouldn't have entered the Australian Open.
Okay, so you believe he played by his own rules, and that is probably not right. Anil Dhupar, we've discussed this earlier as well, but now the entire saga has got murkier.
Well, yes, there are two aspects, as I have already referred. One is the rule of the land have to be followed. If the rule says that he has to be vaccinated and coming, then it's a rule which nobody should have avoided. But in this particular case, Djokovic was given an exemption. The exemption was given definitely by two medical channels, the experts, the panels were there. The whole issue today is, if the rule says that vaccination is must, then why he was given exemption? Why he was called? Why all this tamasha to a legend man in the industry? Now, definitely it was up to Djokovic whether to get vaccinated or not. There is no dispute on that. If he got an exemption with this thought, he came back and he came to the Australia. And from 5th, he was put to the quarantine, and then on Monday he was released by the court order. And now again, the government of Australia has declared him that he cannot stay back and he has to go back, but giving some time for appeal. The appeal time is there, so they're waiting for appeal time to expire, or maybe Djokovic will go again to the court. But more or less, it is a very difficult position either way. If I talk on behalf of the player, then definitely he had no fault. He came because of the exemption and he's treated badly. The second part is, if the rule of the land says that he has to be vaccinated, then he should have. Now, it is a choice. He made things very clearly that he is not going to be vaccinated. Now, this is not going to happen for Australian Open. A lot of other tournaments, Grand Slams and other tournaments are going to follow. Now, this is going to make a lot of difference in the world game when Djokovic will be allowed in days to come or not is again a very big question mark right now. So my humble submission today is that if the rule says not to be accepting any man, why a player, a politician or a gentleman or anybody entering or VIP entering the country, which they are not permitting, and therefore he has to go back. Then he has to go back. His visas have been cancelled once again, and he is. I don't know. I am not
Then
aware.
Nandan
whether
Bal, he should have been sent back immediately. Why was he given that exemption?
Well, he appealed, right? I mean, essentially, he took the exemption under the certificate that he had got COVID, which was in December 16th, and the exemption then is for up to 3 months, if I'm not wrong. Then once you have the coronavirus, then you're exempted from taking a vaccination for 3 months. So essentially, that was the grounds on which he entered. But then, having said all that, there was evidence that immediately 2 or 3 days after he apparently got the coronavirus, he was out, without a mask in public, and that's something that obviously didn't go down too well with the Australian government.
I think there is one small more thing which happened. There's one block he marked that there is a condition that 14th date he has to be given the history. He was in Spain and he referred that he never visited. That's correct. That is the major part of his rejection of thing. It is not only this year. I don't know what the court will say if he goes to the court again, but they have, banned him for coming for 3 years in Australia. That means next 3 years he won't be participating in the Australian Open. I don't know. That is the big thing which is going to happen. And let's see whether Mr. Djokovic is going to the court again against this order of the minister who has used his. And the Prime Minister has supported this cause, saying that the whole country is getting vaccinated. They are almost 95% of the country has been vaccinated. They have suffered more, and they don't want a person spoiling the whole game. So there are two versions of it. But my humble submission today is also that why he was given an exemption, why he was called, why he was allowed to enter Australia. He should have been said, sorry, gentlemen, you are not vaccinated. Thank you very much. That's all.
Mr. Nandan, will you like to respond?
Yeah.
Because now clearly it's a very, very, tricky situation for Novak Djokovic, the way things have really unfolded and with the way, Australian Open is also just about to begin. And we don't know whether world number 1 is going to be playing that or not.
Well, one of the things, whether he plays or not, I mean, that's now for the government and the immigration department to decide and the courts to decide. But that being said, the game is always bigger and greater than any individual. So the Australian Open will go on and will have the same kinds of crowds. They will have the same kind of response from the crowds that they've always had. Because like I said earlier, the game is just so much bigger than any individual. Yes, they will miss out on certain rivalries because Djokovic has always had great matches with some of the players who are in that draw right now. So that is one thing. The other thing, when we spoke about when they spoke about a 3-year restriction on his entry back into Australia, that's a worst case scenario. That's really entirely up to the discretion of the ministers and the Prime Minister in Australia. So that's, like I said, that's a worst case scenario. It's not the law of the land, but they say that the punishment can be up to 3 years of not coming back to Australia. So that again is up for that's up for discussion. That's up for up to the ministers now to decide what they want to do with that. But at this point in time, yes, we will miss out the rivalry between, say, a Zverev and Zverev and Djokovic, or a Nadal and a Djokovic. But that being said, I am very sure that the crowds will still be out there in their maximum capacity that they're allowed, and the Australian Open will go on without any hitch, without really. I'm not going to say without missing Djokovic. But as I've said earlier, the game is bigger than an individual.
Well, they have already reduced the...
Okay. Mr. Thupar, Mr. Thupar, one question. When Djokovic actually won the appeal to stay in Australia earlier, at that time also, this sword of the immigration minister of Australia was still hanging. wasn't
That's
it?
correct. Yes, that's correct. It was. And I think it was clearly mentioned
Mr. Dugar.
that, sorry.
You see, there one more aspect which
Yeah.
we have to look into is that he has already spent some time as a quarantine. Now, having spent some time in the quarantine, maybe the court says that whether the vaccination still required when you are already spent some time in quarantine is one aspect which the honorable court would be thinking. And secondly, all those things, after all, the minister have given a special powers to reject his visa. So whether that power which has been given to him would be reflecting in the order or not is to be seen. However, having said everything here, the point today still remains: what is the problem? I would say, why a Djokovic was invited? Why? He would have been told much earlier. If your two panels, medical panels, are permitting him to come, then what is this all happening? Australian Open have already declared that 50% crowd would be allowed, and they have already declared all these things today. However, but then we have to see a respect of a player. He won't have come otherwise if the government, the Australian team association, Australia won't have given him the exemption. The whole issue is this: why is being blamed? What is his problem? Why we are blaming Mr. Djokovic? He has done nothing wrong. He was given an exemption. He came. Now, why he has been blamed? But
well, you believe he has done nothing wrong. Of course, he is now facing deportation again, and we'll see what really happens on Monday in this particular matter. But for the moment, I appreciate both of you for joining us here on this issue on Urban Debate. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.